Deep inside a forest older than any kingdom stood trees so tall they swallowed the sky. Their roots twisted like sleeping serpents, and their leaves glowed faintly at night, as if the forest itself was breathing light. Most people feared this place. They said it swallowed travelers and whispered secrets that could drive a person mad. Princess Ilara didn't fear it. Ilara was not the kind of princess who waited in towers or practiced waving to crowds. She preferred books, questions, and wandering beyond the palace gates. Her father ruled a peaceful kingdom bordering the forest, but he forbade anyone from entering it. Too many had gone in and never returned. Naturally, that made Ilara curious. One evening, carrying her favorite leather-bound book of ancient stories, she slipped past the guards and followed a narrow, glowing path into the forest. Fireflies drifted around her like floating stars. The air smelled of moss and warm sunlight, even though the sun was already setting. That's when she heard the low, steady breathing. From behind a broken stone arch stepped a massive golden lion. His mane shimmered like liquid sunlight, and his eyes were calm, intelligent, not wild. Most people would have screamed or run. Ilara didn't. She tightened her grip on the book and said, "Hello." The lion studied her for a long moment. Then, to her shock, he spoke. "You are brave or foolish, little princess, possibly both." Ilara swallowed, but held her ground. "You're the guardian from the old stories, aren't you? The lion of the forest." The eye inclined his head. "I am called Solarin. Few humans remember my name." Ilara opened her book. Golden light spilled from its pages, illuminating the stone arch and the vines climbing over it. "My book started glowing when I entered the forest. I think it wants me to find something." Solarin's gaze sharpened. "That book chooses its reader. It records truths, not fairy tales. If it has awakened, the forest is in danger." He explained that the forest was alive, not in the way animals are alive, but in the way a heart keeps a body breathing. Long ago, humans in the forest lived in balance. Over time, greed pushed deeper into the woods. Trees were cut, streams poisoned, and the magic that sustained the forest began to weaken. If the forest's heart failed, the land surrounding it would wither too, including Ilara's kingdom. Ilara felt a knot tighten in her chest. "Then we have to fix it." Solarin gave a slow, solemn nod. "You will need courage, honesty, and the willingness to change your own world, not just this one." They traveled together deeper into the forest, following the glow from Ilara's book. They crossed bridges made of living vines, past silent stone guardians, half swallowed by roots, and listened to the distant hum of hidden magic. At the forest's center stood a crystal pool, cracked and dim. This was the heart well, the source of the forest's life. Dark veins spread across its surface like fractures in glass. Ilara knelt beside it and opened her book fully. Words appeared on the blank pages, forming as if written by invisible ink. The forest heals when truth is spoken and promises are kept. Ilara understood immediately. The damage wasn't just physical. Humans had broken their word to protect the land. She stood and looked at Solarin. "I can't fix this alone. I have to convince my father and the kingdom to change how they treat the forest." Solarin's eyes softened. "That is the harder battle." Ilara placed her hand into the glowing pool. Warm light rushed up her arm, filling her chest with a steady, fearless calm. The cracks in the crystal dimmed slightly, not healed, but stabilized. A promise had been accepted. Ilara returned to the castle before dawn. She didn't sneak this time.
She went straight to the throne room and told her father everything: the lion, the Hartwell, the future that would collapse if nothing changed. She showed him the glowing book and the faint light still lingering on her hand. At first, he doubted. Then the crops near the forest edge began failing the very next week. The warning became real. The king acted. Logging was halted. New laws protected the forest boundary. Streams were cleaned. Farmers learned sustainable practices instead of exhausting the soil. It wasn't easy, and not everyone liked it, but it worked. Months later, Ilara returned to the forest. The Hartwell shone brighter. The dark cracks were fading. Solarin waited by the stone arch, proud and calm. "You kept your promise," he said. Ilara smiled. So did the forest. From that day on, the princess became known not for her crown, but for her courage and responsibility. And the lion remained the silent guardian of the woods, watching over a world, slowly learning how to respect what keeps it alive. Not a fairy tale ending, a real one, built on effort, honesty, and change.